today's guest is from the University of Pretoria. Please stay tuned.
Hello, my name is Lesego. I'm a 6th-year medical student at the University of Pretoria. So the first question is, why did I choose UP? I chose UP for 5 main reasons. One, and the most important reason, was that it has the course I wanted. It had MBCHB because the end goal is becoming a doctor, right? The second one was for financial reasons. So I chose UP after comparing it to UCT and VIT, and financially, like, they were around like the same. UCT is expensive, was expensive. I don't know, I haven't checked the prices in a while. And yeah, so the main reason with that is that I wanted my parents to be able to pay should I not receive a bursary, or if something happens to the bursary along the way, or if I happen to the bursary along the way. Something like, I didn't want the load on my parents to be too big for me to get this degree. It's still gonna be a load, but I just didn't want it to be like bench pressing 50 kg instead of bench pressing 10k. Okay, and the other one, still within financial reasons, was the travel costs, and also like the living costs, like Wits is in Joburg and then UP is the side. Similar living costs, but different. And then with the travel costs to UCT, I just thought of like inter-Cape prices and also the flight prices, and I was like, okay, I think UP is what my parents could handle, at the time. And then the third reason is UP is closer to home. And this is because for my high school years, I was in boarding in Northwest, and I'm originally from Limpopo. And like that didn't, like, traveling from Northwest to Limpopo wasn't popping place. So I had to either see them like twice a year or once a year, and I just wanted to be able to see them more often, or to just know that if I wanted to go, instead of like an 8-hour drive, 7-hour drive, it's now 4. So, yeah, that was another reason. And also the closeness to home, and also closeness to aunts and cousins. So I have some family that lives in Gauteng, and also at the time I had cousins who were also in UP. And I've read about loneliness, the difficulty of making friends in university. So I wanted there to be like a shoulder to cry on, or someone to talk to if unfortunately I don't make friends. I was like, it's nice to just be able to interact with people on things other than schoolwork, to have ice cream dates with people, So I just wanted that security that I'll have people to be with, and with having people that I can be with, I wanted to be close to my aunts as well, people who have houses, who have stable jobs, in case something now happens with my accommodation, I don't have a place to stay in, or I'm struggling with food, or I'm feeling very depressed. I just needed someone who, I don't know, who could take care of me. I just wanted to have some security, because you also read about people who become stranded while they're getting their degrees. They no longer have a place to stay at, they have to hustle. So that was my security blanket, that should things happen, I know that I'm an Uber ride away from my aunt's place. And yeah, that's it. And then the other reason why I chose UP was their reputation. They had a good reputation for producing good doctors, and also the resources, like they had a reputation for having like good resources. And still on the reputation, the students just looked like they were having fun in UP, and I didn't want to dismiss the fun part of a university experience. So I wanted there to be like oh, you learn a lot and you're gonna become a good doctor, but also like, yeah, you can have fun. Not that I do, but yeah. No, actually, I'm lying. I do have fun. I do have fun. And the last reason why I chose UP, but this like just came after, like after all those other reasons, is that they were friends that I knew they were also going to UP, and it was just like the cherry on top that and they're coming to MBCHB as well. There's other people, other friends who didn't come into MBCHB, but it was just the cherry on top that okay, not all the faces will be new faces. I will know someone, and yeah. And then orientation. To be honest, I don't really remember the academic part of orientation. I remember waking up early, going to the campus, the lecturer speaking, but it was still important because at the end of the day, even though I don't really remember exactly what happened, I knew which books to get. I knew like I knew which books to get. Hey, I knew the campus, the classes that we had to be in. I got acquainted with the timetable, how to read the timetable, and yeah, they gave advice. I think I don't remember it, but they gave advice. The one thing I will say though is that go to orientation because you meet a lot of people in your field. You make new friends, or if not friends, what do they call that? Yet with the res orientation. So with the res orientation, that was wow, that was super helpful. So I'll say that the one of the biggest perks of being in a residence is that residence orientation, because it's like having I'm at an all-female residence, and it was like having older sisters who knew exactly which resources you're gonna need for your first year. They gave us Google Drives with the coursework. They gave us tips on which places to buy groceries. They gave us tips on which places are safe to have fun at. They gave us tips on how to set your schedule, stuff like that. And they just like they forced you to be in this like companionship with everyone around you, and it was to sort of like dispel away any loneliness and at the time it was exhausting, like and you have to see people before you sleep, you have to see people. It's a lot, but looking back, that really helped because wow, at some point the people that they forced you into close proximity with are the people who were helping you with assignments, are the people who knew where to get answers for assignments, how to study. You'd see how they study, you start studying, and they are the people who you formed study groups with. Study groups don't work for me, but people formed study groups from that, and that was just all from like orientation, where you get to meet people who are in the same field as you. And I think that's all I remember about orientation. You get to see your university, you get to meet people in your university, you get to be acquainted with the timetable. That's all I remember. And yeah, I'm funded by NSFAS. I met the criteria, and then yeah. So NSFAS has a bad reputation, and you know what, even though sometimes they may pay my things late or the allowance doesn't come on time, I'm happy. The accommodation is paid, the school fees are paid, I'm happy. And then the financial support in UP, I've had the privilege to not have to find out, I guess, how the financial support in UP is. What I do know is that a friend of mine had, I don't remember exactly how much they had, that they still had to pay before they could register, but UP offered them a 20,000 rand loan, and I think it had no interest, so it was just 20,000 rand to be able to pay off the debt and then register, and then as soon as they start working they have to pay it back. I'm not sure about that though. I'm not sure about that. And there was also a friend of mine who had been applying for bursaries from UP, and they finally got it. It took a while, but they got it, and it covers accommodation, books, and some school fees. It doesn't cover everything, but there is financial support, and if you reach out, I'm sure you'll get some support or advice. I also know that they have these emails that send through like bursary opportunities, and on the portal, on the UP portal itself, you can find financial support. Maybe like there's a tab where it says financial support, and if you go in there you can start to apply for financial support, and then they'll review your things. And yeah, but for the most part I haven't had a need to reach out to the UP financial support. There are no end language modules. I'm not sure what those are, but we don't have any end language modules. They're all in English. MBCHB in UP is all in English. Yeah. And how is the rest culture? The rest culture is honestly, it's well created, it's well formulated. So the HC, they have had this legacy where they've curated this sort of atmosphere where everyone is made to feel that you are part of a sisterhood, right? So in first year they tell you, okay, you must greet your seniors when they pass by, you must greet your peers. You guys, if you have the capability, you should help each other out. If someone doesn't have soap, you can lend them soap. If someone doesn't have like painkillers, please give them painkillers. Like, be there for each other. And because that sort of relationship starts in first year, it carries on throughout the years. And I think that's one of the perks of being in a res like the one I'm in. They also have like these events where you get to celebrate other people's cultures, and these weekly events where it's just like to check in on each other. How have you been doing? And yeah, there's also a lot of like emotional support where you can like speak to one of the HCs on like some emotional troubles that you're experiencing. And they also have academic support. It's more so prevalent in like your first year, where they'll arrange tutors and mentors for you guys. And then going forward, it's like if you wanted, you have to reach out. But they still have like during exam times, they'll arrange cake breaks for you guys. They'll arrange study tip briefings for groups of people if you want to attend. And yeah, I think it's just a beautiful culture. You can literally leave anything, not anything, but you can leave your things outside of your door for like 2 days and no one will steal them. It helps that we do have cameras. But yeah, there haven't been many incidences of theft or like people fighting. We don't really fight. People don't really steal each other's clothes from the laundry room. Like, it's just beautiful. I've been, for the most part, you enjoy it. It's just, you know, having to share a bathroom with 30 other people in a corridor, it can start to feel a bit much after a while. But I enjoy it. No one really makes too much noise. Everyone is very respectful of each other. There's like a lot of companionship in the rest culture that they've built, a lot of respect for each other, and just genuine want to help each other. And yeah, I'm not a student in leadership. I've never been a student in leadership. Would I like to be? You know, I'm not a student in leadership, but it helps to open doors for people. Oh, you do it to for the passion of it, to be innovative, and also you do get paid. So if you have the passion and you have the ideas and you're struggling a little bit financially, I'd say go for it. Yeah, I've never been a student leadership, but it's a lot of work, a lot of sleepless nights. You have to have a lot of creative ideas. Yeah, yeah, that's it. I have to evacuate every year after my last exam, my final exam, like in the December period. You have to evacuate, you have to take everything with you except for your fridge and your microwave, and you can put those in the storage at res, but everything else has to be gone. You evacuate, and each year you are given a new room. You have to go into a system where you choose a room, and it's based off of the year you're going into. So higher levels get they pick the rooms first, and also it's based on your marks. So the higher your marks are, you're given first priority to choose a room. I'm in a catered res, so how much you spend on food, because you're in a catered res, is not as much, but the money that I'm given by NSFAS isn't enough to have 2 meals each day for the whole year. If I had 2 meals each day for the whole year, I'd probably no longer have any more money left by June. Maybe June is too far away. Maybe May. By May, I won't have any money left because of inflation. So what I do is I have an air fryer, and so for your groceries, you were looking at spending around 1,500, maybe less on a good month. This is both for groceries and toiletries. Me, myself, and I usually shop at like Checkers, You Save, Evergreen. Yeah, Pick and Pay. I don't want to say Pick and Pay is expensive, but yeah. So those are the places I shop at. 1,500, where I'm not like refilling every single thing, is enough to get me both toiletries and groceries, and it's for one person. So if I can just get potatoes, rice, maize meal, and a bribe pack, and then beans, stuff like that, I'm usually content. That's usually enough for me. And then the going out, it doesn't have to be too much. Some months you can spend 300 on going out, which includes the transportation cost as well, but usually I budget around 500 for going out, and I usually go out like once a month, and that's for the food, for the drinks when you're out. And then if there's activities on top, it might be more, but going out is a luxury. You're not doing it every month. The months where there's a friend's birthday, I'll budget like a higher price so that I can also include like a little gift for friends. But again, that's a luxury, that's a privilege. It's not a need. Yeah, I hope that was helpful. Bye.
And that's it for today's episode. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. But most importantly, please share this to any prospective medical students as they're still awaiting their matric results. Maybe this video will help someone make a life-changing, literally, decision, and I can't wait to hear from you guys. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Ciao.